Which times I automatically
All right, so we 8-4, we said rate of change. So a rate of change is a rate that describes how one quantity changes in relation to another. So a rate is already a comparison, but we're looking when we say how much does it change. And because we're comparing like miles to hours, we want to see, okay, what do the miles do compared to what do the hours do? How does it change? That's what those quantities of change are. And when we talk about a function, we know that it can be graphed. We want to look at functions and find out what their rate of change is. So when you think about like on a coordinate plane, and let me put some, well, this will be tricky in the video because I am going to put a little bit on here, so you'll have to pretend. But if I put a point, I'll give the ordered pairs, so those of you watching the video will be able to look up these ordered pairs. So if I have a point here at 1, 2, and then I have a point at 3, 4, I could connect them and draw lines. So the change, the rate of change would have to do with how does those of you going to band that need to go, you go ahead and go. How does it rise, like what's the change in the y and what's the change in the x? So I want you to look at those 2 points that I put on there and tell me how it changes. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll say them again here. Let me get my screen. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Actually, it's 3, 3. Isn't that what I put on there?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 1, 2, and 3, 3. And let me put the ordered pairs even so you can see it that way. So 1, 2, and it rose up to 3, 3. So how did the points change? Can you give me some descriptions about how they changed? What's one thing, Haley?
It moved to the right 2.
Okay, so it moved to the right 2, so that's moving on which axis?
The X.
The x-axis. Oh, I forgot. It was you had to go to the nurse. That's why you left. And then what else did it only change on the x-axis? Did it just move to the right, Avery?
Moved up 2, not 1.
It only moved up 1. That's right. So, and I'll put this on here. So we've got a point here. No, that's okay. It's more just for the video. So between those 2 points, we said that it changes on the x-axis, it moves over 2. On the y-axis, that should only be up there 1. This was up a little bit too high. Let me move that down. So it went up 1, and it went to the right 2. So that's its rate of change. Okay? So a rate of change, and somewhere along the way, someone decided, okay, so that we can always have the same rate of change, let's put a certain one on top of the other one. And so we're looking at what happens on the x, what happens on the y. And I always want you to put the change in y on top. So this is important for you to write down. The change in y over, it'll be a fraction, because remember a rate is a fraction, the change in x. So the change in y over the change in x. Okay, so the reason I'm going to pause the video here.